So my goal is to go out every race and just give it everything I've got, because you never know what could happen the next race. So although we'd had that setback here first time rounds, we went to Donington and the mindset didn't change. It was still, imagine you're in second place, chasing down the championship leader. So that was the mindset. So we tried to keep positive with what had been going on to Donington.
And of course that weekend unfolded in a similar way with another DNF. Again, tell us about that weekend and what were your emotions?
Yeah, so we arrived there. We'd been told we were racing the GP circuit first, so all of our testing was on the GP circuit. And the areas that we were struggling a little bit on pace was the GP parts of the circuit. And then when we arrived on Saturday morning during the driver's briefing, we were told that we'd be doing the national circuit, which boosted my morale a little bit because I knew that part of the circuit I was faster at. And also during pre-season testing, we were one of the only cars that ran the national circuit. So that last chicane was vital to us in terms of our times, and that showed over the course of the weekend. We were 10 times quicker than everybody else. And yeah, in qualifying it was a good result. Still a little bit of time left on the table here and there, just in small places. And yeah, race one, we had a throttle cable snap, which again, you know, it's just another incident to add to the list of incidents that happened this year, which is a real shame. And emotionally, you're knocked back quite hard by the first one, and then when it happens again, you start to feel like it's always happening to you. And it was hard to keep my emotions hidden. But
it's such a curious failure.
Yeah, it's one of those ones where it's just a one in a million, you know. A throttle cable snapping at the pedal is almost unheard of, you know. So it's a shame, but we can't be too irritated by it. The important thing is, you know, it was fixed for the second race, so we could go out there and put some more points on. Obviously we missed out on the podium, which was a shame. But ultimately, you know, it was another case of a repeat of Snetterton where the second race was a recovery of the first, and at which point we left that weekend in fourth in the championship. So from being second in the first half, hoping to get first, to being fourth with fifth breathing down your neck and third sort of driving away, it just made it hard emotionally to keep up with. But the important thing was that we kept strong and realised that, you know, there's still an opportunity for us to take second back, if not third even. So it just meant that, if anything, I came here today stronger than I did at the beginning of the season when I wanted to get that first place.
So how did those events affect your approach coming into the season finale?
I mean, it's difficult to adapt anything you're doing when the incidents that have happened aren't your fault. So there's nothing I can do to change my physical approach. My mental approach always has to be to win. I'm at that stage now with the car where, you know, I can do it. We've shown ourselves across a testing session, I can put together a strong lap. But it's just a case of unlocking it on one lap that matters in qualifying, for example. So coming here, it was just a case of we've just got to try and put everything together. We've got nothing to lose now. You know, if you DNF, you know, you're already off target. But by taking those extra risks, you're more likely to retake your positions which you deserve. So my mentality coming here was, well, I'm just going to go and drive it as best as I possibly can, and naturally the result should come from that. And in the end, that's what we did in the first race here at Snetterton, and we got the podium as a result.
And of course you made a fantastic recovery after in a dramatic second race. But you alluded to your off-track work, you know, in the gym and in the simulator. Can you tell us a bit about what you've been doing this season?
So ultimately the SR1 car is a light physical car. It's not going to put you under immense stress, but the lighter you are and the fitter you are means the better you'll be in the race. I know a few of the guys tend to struggle towards the second phase of a race because they're getting tired, whereas with us we're able to run the full 20 minutes and go longer if we wanted to. So it's been for me about just increasing my physical ability whilst trying to lose a lot of weight at the same time. So I'm working with my gym at Wickwoods and potentially some few more people in the off season. because ultimately I want to be fitter and better than ever for my third season.
And what do you have in place or planned for the winter off-season?
So I'm going to go and take a break. It'll be my one and only holiday of the year. That will be my chance for about a week to relax and unwind and just take a minute to myself. When we come back, we'll slowly start building back into it. So I'll be back in the gym the moment we're back, training 5 times a week. And then we'll be looking to do some pre-season testing come January, February time. And then hopefully we'll have a calendar by then to start focusing towards.
Cool. And so, overall, how would you rate the 2019 season? How would you reflect on it?
It's a tricky one. When I've been in control, it's been a fantastic season. I feel like I'm driving today 10 times better than I drove at Donington Park, and that's just for me becoming more confident as a driver and more confident in my ability. But ultimately, it's not the result we hoped for, but we can't dwell on that. We have to look at why it didn't go well from a driving perspective, say how can we improve that, and then arrive in season 3 with a positive mindset and aware that we can drive and we can put in a good result. And ultimately, if we put all those together, we should have a good season 3 in the end.
And so what would you like to achieve in 2020?
My goal's got to be the championship. If my 3-year goal, which I had at the beginning of season 1, was to get a rookie cup, 3rd in the championship, year 2, 2nd in the championship, year 3, 1st in the championship. So my goals don't change. My goals have to stay the same because they're relevant to where we are. And I believe I can fight for a championship. We know we can do it. We're good at wheel-to-wheel action if we need to. We can get a qualifying lap in. So if we can string it all together, we should have a fantastic 3rd season.
Fantastic. Thanks very much. Well done. Good stuff.
Awesome.